What if the wealthiest people you know are masters of disguise, hiding their fortunes not in offshore accounts but in plain sight? We're conditioned to see wealth as a loud spectacle, the roaring supercar, the diamond-encrusted watch, the sprawling mansion. But this is often a caricature of prosperity. The truly affluent rarely broadcast their success. They could be your unassuming neighbor who drives a 10-year-old car, the quiet colleague who brings their lunch every day, or the friendly owner of the local bookstore. They've learned a powerful secret. True wealth isn't loud, it whispers. This quiet approach is stealth wealth, and it's less about hiding and more about a profound shift in priorities. It's a conscious decision to opt out of the relentless race for social status, a race fueled by consumer debt and the need for external validation. While society screams, "Look at what I have," the quietly wealthy ask, "What does this truly add to my life?" They understand that the things that scream rich, the designer logos, the extravagant parties, are often liabilities in disguise. Their focus isn't on looking rich, it's on being free. Free from the golden handcuffs of a high-maintenance lifestyle and free to build a life of purpose and security. This freedom isn't built overnight. It's not the result of a lucky stock pick or a lottery win. It is the architectural marvel of 1,000 small, disciplined habits, practiced consistently over decades. It's the habit of paying yourself first, automatically investing a portion of every paycheck. It's the discipline of delayed gratification, of choosing to repair rather than replace, to save for a goal rather than swiping a credit card. Think of it like building a skyscraper. While others paint a flashy mural on a flimsy wall, the quietly wealthy are deep underground, meticulously laying a foundation of steel and concrete. It's unglamorous, unseen work, but this invisible foundation allows their financial structure to eventually touch the sky, secure against any storm. What drives this countercultural behavior? A deep understanding that the ultimate luxury isn't a product, it's control over your own time. It's the ability to wake up and know that your day belongs to you, not to a boss or a bank. This mindset prioritizes experiences that enrich the soul over possessions that clutter the home. They invest in knowledge, skills, relationships, and their health. Assets that compound in value and pay dividends and happiness long after the novelty of a new gadget has faded. They've cracked the code. Financial wealth is merely a tool, and its purpose is to construct a life rich in meaning, autonomy, and peace of mind. In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain and reveal the secret language of the truly wealthy. We will decode the 7 hidden signs that signal genuine financial strength, subtle clues invisible to the untrained eye. These aren't just financial tips, they are profound shifts in perspective that can redefine your relationship with money. By the end, you won't just be able to spot the millionaires next door, you'll have a practical blueprint to begin building your own quiet fortune. You'll learn how to trade the fleeting thrill of the spotlight for the enduring power of the shadows, where real, lasting wealth is built. Are you ready to see the world differently? Let's begin. We begin with the foundational habit, the one that separates financial amateurs from future millionaires. Sign number 1, they pay themselves first, automatically. This isn't a suggestion. It's a non-negotiable law in their financial universe. Before the landlord gets their rent, before the grocery store gets its share, before the electric company sends its bill, they have already paid the most important person in their financial life, their future self. This represents a profound psychological shift. Most people save what's left after spending. The wealthy, in stark contrast, spend what's left after saving. It's a subtle distinction in language, but a monumental difference in outcome. The first approach leaves your future to chance, dependent on your discipline at the end of a long, tiring month. The second approach guarantees your future is the top priority, every single time. The secret ingredient here is automation. Willpower is a finite resource. It gets depleted by hundreds of small decisions throughout the day. Relying on it to remember to save and invest is a recipe for failure. The financially savvy understand this. They make the decision once, to save a certain percentage or a fixed amount, and then they build a system that executes that decision for them, flawlessly, forever. They automate their savings, their investments, their debt repayments. They are removing their fallible, emotional, present-bias selves from the equation. Here's how this looks in practice. Imagine you get paid on the 1st of the month. On that very same day, an automatic transfer whisks 15% of your paycheck away. It's gone before you can even think about spending it. It moves silently into a separate account, a high-yield savings account for short-term goals, or a low-cost index fund for long-term wealth. You then learn to live off the remaining 85%. Your brain adapts. It doesn't see that 15% as available money. It's already working for you, a silent employee building your future wealth. This isn't about starting with a lot of money, it's about making your money smart from the very beginning. It's about building a machine for wealth, and then letting that machine run. Sign 2. They consume financial content like others consume entertainment. While the masses are binge-watching the latest streaming series, the wealthy are binge-learning about asset allocation. They understand a fundamental truth. Your financial outcome is a direct reflection of your financial literacy. Ignorance isn't bliss. In the world of money, it's expensive. This isn't about having a degree in finance, it's about having a voracious curiosity. They treat financial knowledge as a skill to be developed, not a topic to be avoided. They read the classics, books that have stood the test of time. They listen to podcasts from credible experts during their workouts or commutes, turning dead time into growth time. They subscribe to newsletters that distill complex market trends into understandable insights. They follow economists and financial planners on social media, curating their feeds to be educational, not just distracting. They understand that knowledge compounds even faster than money. Learning one key concept, like the power of compound interest, the importance of diversification, or the difference between assets and liabilities, can change your financial trajectory forever. It can inform decades of better decisions, saving you from costly mistakes and unlocking opportunities others don't even see. This consumption isn't passive. They don't just let the information wash over them. They engage with it. They take notes. They discuss it with peers. They apply the lessons to their own financial situation. They are actively building a mental latticework of financial models that helps them navigate the world with clarity and confidence. For them, an hour spent reading a company's annual report is more thrilling than a blockbuster movie, because they know it's a direct investment in their own sovereignty. This leads us to one of the most powerful yet most difficult signs to master. Sign number 3. When their income grows, their lifestyle doesn't, at least not proportionally. They have mastered the art of resisting lifestyle inflation. This is the silent killer of wealth creation for so many high earners. They get a raise, a bonus, or a promotion, and their first thought is, how can I spend this? They upgrade the car, the house, the wardrobe, the vacations. Their expenses rise in lockstep with their income, and they end up on a treadmill of ever-increasing consumption, never actually building real wealth. The financially astute see a raise differently. They don't see a license to spend more. They see a golden opportunity to accelerate their journey to financial freedom. They understand that the gap between what you earn and what you spend is the engine of wealth. A raise is pure fuel for that engine. Every dollar from that raise that is not absorbed by lifestyle creep becomes a powerful soldier in their wealth-building army, ready to be deployed into assets that work for them. Let's consider a simple case study. 2 colleagues, Maria and David, both earn $80,000 a year, and both get a $10,000 raise. David immediately uses the extra $833 a month to lease a more expensive car and eat out more often. At the end of the year, he has a nicer car and some nice memories, but his net worth is unchanged. Maria decides to maintain her current lifestyle. She takes that same $833 a month and invests it into a simple S&P 500 index fund. In 10 years, assuming an average market return, Maria's decision to forego the lifestyle upgrade will have turned into over $150,000. David is still just paying for his car. This isn't about deprivation. It's about conscious, deliberate choice. It's about deriving more satisfaction from watching your net worth grow than from owning the latest gadget. Sign number 4. They think like chess masters, always 3, 4, or 5 moves ahead. The average person plays checkers with their finances, making simple, one-dimensional moves in reaction to what's right in front of them. The wealthy play chess. Every financial decision is considered not just for its immediate consequence, but for its second and third order effects down the line. They are masters of long-term thinking in a world that screams for short-term gratification. While others are chasing get-rich-quick schemes, buying lottery tickets, or speculating on volatile assets hoping for a quick win, the future wealthy are patiently laying bricks. They are building a foundation designed to withstand storms and last for decades. This long-term perspective influences everything. When buying a car, they don't just consider the monthly payment, they consider the total cost of ownership, depreciation, insurance, maintenance, fuel. They might choose a more reliable, slightly less flashy car because they know it's the smarter long-term financial move. When investing, they aren't swayed by market noise or the hot stock tip from a friend. They are focused on time-tested principles: diversification, low costs, and consistency. They understand that boring is beautiful when it comes to building wealth. They are planting oak trees, not trying to grow weeds. This mindset extends to their careers. They might take a job that pays slightly less today if it offers superior skills development, a powerful network, or a clearer path to a much higher-paying position in 5 years. They sacrifice the pawn to capture the queen. They make small, calculated sacrifices in the present to secure an unassailable position in the future. They aren't just reacting to the board, they are shaping it. Sign number 5. They never ever depend on just one source of income. They view a single paycheck, no matter how large, as a single point of failure. It's a fragile foundation upon which to build a life. A layoff, an illness, an industry disruption, any of these can shatter that foundation in an instant. The wealthy build financial fortresses, and a fortress is defined by its redundant systems and multiple layers of defense. Their income structure looks less like a single pillar and more like a wide, stable pyramid. At the base is typically their primary active income from a job or main business, but they don't stop there. They diligently work to build other income streams like tributaries flowing into a mighty river. These can include portfolio income, which is money earned from investments like stock dividends, bond interest, or capital gains. It's their money making more money. Then there's passive or semi-passive income. This is the holy grail. It's income that requires a lot of work up front, but then continues to generate revenue with minimal ongoing effort. Think of a real estate investor who buys a property and collects rent each month, or an author who writes a book and earns royalties for years, or a creator who builds an online course and sells it to students around the world, even while they sleep. Building these streams takes time and effort. It might start small, a freelance gig on the weekend, monetizing a hobby, or starting a small e-commerce store, but each new stream adds a layer of security and accelerates wealth accumulation. If one stream dries up, they have others to rely on. This diversification of income, not just investments, is a hallmark of those who achieve true financial resilience and freedom. Sign number 6. They have mastered the marshmallow test as adults. You might remember the famous Stanford experiment where children were offered 1 marshmallow immediately or 2 if they could wait for 15 minutes. The children who could delay gratification were found to have better life outcomes years later. The wealthy have not forgotten this lesson. They live it every single day. In the adult world, the marshmallows are everywhere, and they are far more tempting. It's the daily $7 latte. It's the new smartphone released every year. It's the financed luxury car. It's the buy now, pay later trap for a vacation you can't really afford. Each of these offers a small, fleeting hit of pleasure right now. The ability to say no to the immediate, smaller reward in favor of a much larger, more meaningful reward in the future is perhaps the single greatest predictor of financial success. This isn't about living a life of miserable austerity. It's about conscious, intentional trade-offs. It's about understanding the true cost of your decisions. The wealthy don't just see a $2,000 designer bag, they see the $30,000 that $2,000 could become if invested over 25 years. They are making a choice not between a bag and no bag, but between a temporary status symbol and permanent financial freedom. They are trading short-term pleasure for long-term sovereignty. They have a deep, visceral connection to their future self, and they act as that future self's greatest ally. They choose future abundance over present comfort, not just once, but as a consistent, disciplined habit. Finally, we arrive at the 7th and perhaps most crucial sign, the one that multiplies the effect of all the others. Sign number 7. They invest in themselves like their life depends on it, because it does. They know that while stocks can go to zero and real estate markets can crash, the skills, knowledge, and health they cultivate are assets that can never be taken away. Your own human capital is the one investment with truly unlimited upside potential. This investment takes many forms. It's an investment in knowledge, buying the book instead of borrowing it, paying for the online course, attending the seminar, getting the certification. They see these not as expenses, but as investments with a guaranteed return. A single idea from a $20 book can generate thousands of dollars in income. A $2,000 course on a high-demand skill like digital marketing or AI can lead to a $20,000 salary increase, a return of 1,000% in the first year alone. No stock market investment can consistently promise that. It's also an investment in their health. They prioritize sleep, nutrition, and exercise, knowing that their energy and mental clarity are the bedrock of their productivity and decision-making. Medical bills from preventable illnesses are the ultimate wealth destroyer, and it's an investment in their network. They spend time building genuine relationships, seeking out mentors, and providing value to others. They understand that your network is your net worth, opening doors to opportunities that would otherwise be inaccessible. Ultimately, the wealthy know that the stock market doesn't make you rich. Real estate doesn't make you rich. These are just tools. The best investment is, and always will be, in the person wielding the tools. They are constantly sharpening their own axe, knowing that it's the most powerful way to build the life they desire. In the early 1990s, one artist dominated the culture. With his iconic parachute pants and infectious energy, MC Hammer wasn't just a musician, he was a global phenomenon. His hit "You Can't Touch This" became an anthem, and the money that followed was staggering. At his absolute peak, Stanley Burrell, the man behind the Hammer persona, was reportedly earning over $30 million a year. That's nearly $3 million a month. He built a sprawling, multi-million-dollar mansion in Fremont, California, complete with gold-plated gates, a 33-seat movie theater, and a stable for his 19 thoroughbred racehorses. He had a fleet of luxury cars and an entourage that numbered in the hundreds, with a payroll to match. From the outside, he was the very definition of success, a living embodiment of the American dream. But here's the critical distinction that so many people miss. A high income is not the same as wealth. Income is a flow, like a powerful river. Wealth is a reservoir. It's what you accumulate and keep. Hammer had a torrential river of cash flowing his way, but he had no dam to store it. His monthly expenses were astronomical, reportedly exceeding $500,000. The lifestyle he built required constant, massive cash infusions just to stay afloat. And when the hits stopped coming with the same frequency, the river of income slowed to a trickle. But the expenses didn't. The foundation, which looked so solid from the outside, was actually built on sand. In 1996, just 5 years after his peak, MC Hammer filed for bankruptcy, citing nearly $13 million in debt. The mansion was sold, the cars were repossessed, and the headlines shifted from fame and fortune to financial ruin. This story isn't just about one celebrity's misfortune. It's a powerful, real-world lesson that proves you can earn a fortune and still end up with nothing. The problem wasn't the amount of money he earned. The problem was the absence of a system to manage, protect, and grow that money. He had the income, but he lacked the 7 hidden habits of the truly wealthy. These are the subtle, often invisible practices that build true financial security, ensuring that the money you earn stays with you and works for you. MC Hammer's story is the ultimate cautionary tale, but it's also our starting point for a journey toward real, lasting wealth. As we draw our journey through these 7 hidden signs of wealth to a close, it's crucial to land on one fundamental truth. These signs, these habits, these mindsets, they aren't about being perfect. Perfection is a myth. It's a finish line that constantly moves, an impossible standard that breeds frustration and tempts you to quit before you've even truly begun. The financial world doesn't reward perfection. It rewards consistency. Think of it like this. You don't become a master pianist by playing one flawless concerto and then never touching the keys again. You become a master through daily practice, hitting wrong notes, correcting them, and showing up day after day. Your financial life is your instrument. The goal isn't a single, flawless performance, it's the beautiful music you create over a lifetime of dedicated, consistent practice. This brings us to the power of the small, the seemingly insignificant. We live in a culture that celebrates grand gestures, the lottery win, the hot stock tip that explodes overnight, the sudden windfall. But true, sustainable wealth is rarely built on seismic events. It's built in the quiet moments of daily discipline. It's the $5 you saved by brewing your coffee at home. It's the $20 you saved by packing your lunch. It's the library card you used instead of buying the latest bestseller. Individually, these are just drops of water, but over weeks, months, and years, they gather to form a stream, then a river, and finally, a vast reservoir of financial security. This isn't about deprivation, it's about conscious allocation. Every time you make one of these small, mindful choices, you are casting a vote for your future self. You are telling your money where you want it to go, rather than wondering where it went. Now, how do we guarantee this consistency, especially when life gets busy, when willpower wanes? We build a system. We leverage the single most powerful tool for financial discipline, automation. Setting up an automated transfer is one of the most profound acts of financial self-care you can perform. It's you from the past taking care of you in the future. When you automate your savings and investments, you remove the most difficult part of the equation, the daily decision. You no longer have to rely on remembering or feeling motivated or resisting temptation. The choice is already made. A portion of your income is whisked away to your savings account, your retirement fund, your investment portfolio, before you even have a chance to miss it. This is the essence of paying yourself first. It's not just a clever phrase, it's a strategic maneuver that puts your financial goals on autopilot, ensuring that you are consistently building wealth in the background no matter what's happening in the foreground of your life. Of course, automation can't handle every choice. This is where we must cultivate the superpower of delayed gratification. This isn't about saying no to everything you desire, it's about saying yes to something more important. It's the ability to see the bigger picture, to value the long-term reward over the short-term impulse. In our world of one-click purchases, instant downloads, and buy now, pay later temptations, this skill is more critical and more difficult to master than ever before. Every time you pause before a purchase and ask, is this a need or a want? Does this align with my long-term goals? You are strengthening that muscle. Every time you choose to save for a down payment on a house instead of splurging on an expensive gadget, you are making a trade, exchanging fleeting pleasure for lasting security and freedom. This is the quiet internal work that underpins all 7 of the signs we've discussed. It's the bedrock upon which financial fortresses are built. So, what does all this effort, the consistency, the small choices, the automation, the delayed gratification truly amount to? It amounts to this. You are planting a forest. Every small choice, every automated transfer, every moment of delayed gratification is you on your hands and knees planting a seed in the fertile ground of your future. At first you see nothing. It takes faith. Then tiny saplings begin to emerge. This is your emergency fund, your first few $100s in an investment account. They seem fragile, vulnerable to the slightest storm. You must protect them, nurture them. As you continue your consistent habits, these saplings grow into young trees. Their roots deepen. This is your portfolio starting to generate dividends, your retirement account beginning to benefit from the miracle of compounding. You start to feel the first hints of shade, a sense of security you didn't have before. Years pass. Your consistent planting and tending continues. You look up one day and you are no longer in a field of saplings. You are standing in a magnificent, thriving forest. Your financial forest. The mighty oak of your retirement fund stands tall, its branches reaching for the sky. The sturdy maple of your diversified investments provides stability. The evergreen grove of your emergency savings stands ready, resilient against any season. This forest is a living, breathing ecosystem. It weathers market downturns like storms, it survives economic droughts, and it continues to grow, becoming denser and more valuable over time. It provides not just for you but offers shelter and opportunity for those you love. It becomes a legacy. This is the path you are on. It is not a sprint, it is the patient, rewarding work of a lifetime. There will be days you feel discouraged. There will be times the market tumbles and it feels like a fire has swept through a section of your woods. Do not despair. A healthy forest recovers. Your consistent habits are the rain that will bring new life. Look at the signs. Are you spending less than you earn? Are you saving consistently? Are you investing for the long term? Are you protecting your future? If so, your financial forest is growing, even on the days you can't see it. It is growing in the quiet, in the background, with every wise decision you make. You have the seeds, you have the tools, you have the knowledge. Keep planting, keep tending, keep going. Thank you for joining me on this journey to uncover the quiet habits of true wealth. Remember, every small step you take today is a seed for your future. Stay curious, stay consistent, and trust the process. Your financial forest will grow, one wise choice at a time. Until next time, keep building, keep believing, and let your wealth whisper.